Hi, this is BitJet Kit. Uh, I had I had been posting to social media my situation that happened against me. The I have my article here on BitJet Kit, my blog. It's against my rights, my own government attempted murder. I am American. So I'm here in Brentwood, Tennessee, and they had I wrote in great detail what they did. The 18, I have a link to this January the 10th, 2020 article. I updated it this month within the past 24 hours to include the 18 USC section 2340 of the quote Torture Act unquote unquote on it's the Wikipedia article. So I had specifically I had specifically been dealing with this. I had posted it to social media, and no one is really responding to it whatsoever, except for one person, and it was a laugh emoji. And so I had posted this article to the IOC committee. That's the International Olympics Committee. I planned on attending the summer 2020 Olympics and participating, going for the tryouts. But I had been well, the Brentwood, Tennessee, the BP, excuse me, the BT and BP, excuse me, CNPD. That's the Brentwood, Tennessee police department had attempted. Well, they had falsely charged me. They had wrongfully arrested me. They had illegally detained me. They had tortured me, and they had attempted murdering me. And the Williamson County sheriff, they had attempted the same thing. And I had attempted to contact the police authorities, going up through the ranks of society, the police agency. I'd gone from the I'd gone from the local city, the city government of Brentwood. They actually specifically said that they would not help me. I'd been harassed afterwards. I'd said after I had attempted to to contact the police. I had been assaulted by a co-resident here. He had attempted to cover it up. Well, he actually did cover it up. And so did the landlord. They had said that I assaulted him. He's was protected. He was protected by the BT and PD, by the Brentwood, Tennessee Police Department. They had specifically said that it was brothers being brothers. That's not in any way accurate. I was actually physically assaulted. He shoved me, and he had he had done it to cause physical injury, and in that case, it wasn't okay. I had been contacted. I'd been called. The police had been calling me before by this co-resident and the landlord, and when the police came here, they said it was brothers being brothers. It's not how brothers treat each other. Not well. That's not how I would treat my brother. That's not how I would treat any brother. And I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I would not shove my brother. I was the on my webpage, on my blog here, on my blog and my blog page post. I have the numerous things, the numerous crimes that the Brentwood, Tennessee, and Williamson County, Tennessee, committed against me. It was many. It was real bad. It was a very bad thing. Not real. It was actually, I wouldn't call it real. I would call it actually a a totally non-real set of crimes that they committed against me. These are actual crimes in the United States Code of Law, but they had done it. So so they are actually not actually allowed to do this, but they were doing this because they had said that they were really allowed. They had the real authority to do this in accordance with the United States law, and well, that was their deeds, and their written records and their audio records, and these were also their thoughts on the matter, their thoughts on the crimes that they had committed against me. So I have some pictures on the on my screen on the first on my web page here. I have pictures of my of the scars that were I have they were skinning. They used handcuffs, and they had skinned my arms, and so I had I have the pictures here, and I went up through society. I went up through society. I got tased on my heart. I was in a shower. I was detained for over a shower. I was detained for multiple weeks. They did not allow me to take a shower. They did not allow me to take a shower. I was locked in a cell in isolation from January the 18th, 2018, to May of 2018. To May of 2018. So that's actually what they did, and they were actually denying me of my my right to take a shower for more than a week on more than one occasion, among the many other things they'd done, and they had tased me on this picture here of my abdominals, including my abdominals. I had specifically been tased on well, I'd been pronged here. They used prongs, and I wasn't tased on this side of my body. I was tased on the opposite side of my body, on the opposite side of my abdominals, and they had used the well, one of the staff members there, and in the Williamson County, Tennessee Sheriff's Department Detention Center had done this, and that was, it was camcorded. It was on. There were cameras there, and they used guns. They used guns. They used they had cameras, and they had isolation cameras, isolation area cameras. They also had isolation cell. Well, the overall, not the overall, but the entire isolation area that I was in, they had a camera that was facing the that was showing the cell area where the shower was, and the kiosks were, and the tables were, and the entrances to the cells, and also to the upstairs where the other cells were, and the other door upstairs, and then there were isolation cell doors, there were isolation cell cameras, including the ones that were in my cells, where I was detained, and I was told they did not have audio records, because I was told they do not have audio records because it's to protect the inmates. So with that going on, it's a real it's a bad problem. It's not a, I won't even call it real. I'll call it's a bad problem. It's an evil. It's a very, very evil thing that they've done, and they are the. I sent social media messages to well, actually I called the I called the Brentwood, the city of Brentwood government. I contacted local attorneys, They refused to help me. They were laughing at me. They kept refusing to acknowledge me as I had said, as I had given my message. They refused to acknowledge that I'd given my message, and they refused to work with me based on the terms that I had stated. And they were attempting to forge their job. These were Brentwood, Tennessee attorneys that have Google search top first page listings, and that had happened. So I had I mean I had been told that by one representative from Brentwood, Tennessee, a police misconduct a firm advertising on Google search that after a 10-minute explanation, 10-minute plus, nearing 15 minutes, they said I'd said in great detail what they did, and they had said no, they're a police, they're a personal injury firm. It was on the Google search, police misconduct, police misconduct attorney, and police misconduct attorney, and they did not do their jobs. So I had been really no I no I'm not really happy about this. I had contacted the TBI. I had contacted the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. They did not respond. Well, at least I sent them a message on Twitter. They did not respond. I sent a message to the Department of Homeland Security. They did not respond. Well, no, they did respond. I talked to them on the phone. They did not actually help me. They said that they could not. They said that they were unable to help me. And FEMA, they said they were unable to help me. The Federal Bureau of Investigation hung up on me when I had called them. Well, each per representative that I talked to. So they would not. So first of all, the representative at the Department of Homeland Security said that they could not help me, and then to FEMA, and then to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And so I had also contacted. I had also sent a message to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and they did not respond. I sent a message to the Central Intelligence Agency. They did not respond. I sent a message to the President of the United States on Twitter. He did not respond. I sent a message to I sent a message to Interpol, the Secretary General of Interpol. They did not respond. I sent a message to to the Inspector General of the United Nations. He did not respond. I sent a message to Vladimir Putin. He did not respond. So none of these police representatives responded to the fact that the United States has attempted murdering me. So this has happened, and so it's a. I'm making this message. I had also gone to the I had also gotten on to the Anchor app that I have. It's a part of my BitJackKit app. It's on my podcast, and I had posted to I posted my the podcast the podcast of this, and I got 10 listeners since February the 4th. It's February the 8th, 2020. It's Saturday, and they had it's 2 hour and 3 minutes and 17 seconds podcast, and it's the 15th episode of my first season of my podcast, and I did not get not get any shares. I'll show what happened on Facebook. Show what happened on Facebook. So on Facebook, I had I posted. I'm gonna go to my notifications. I posted my my comment here. Oh, I got a like here. Yeah. Well, I got one. Yeah, okay. I actually did get some comments. I'm gonna go. First, I'm gonna start. The most recent comment I got, the most recent response I got was Rachel Lawing reacted to my comment against my rights, my own government, attempted murder. This was on the IOC. This was on the IOC's Olympics Olympics preparation for the September 2020, not September, but the summer 2020 Olympics. And so I got this comment here. It's the my share of this article, and looking for it here. Don't seem to see it showing up here. I'm going to go to the previous comments. I'm going to put this here, and loading to my previous comments. Not actually seeing my comment here, so I'm going to have to like here and keep looking. Well, I'm not able to actually see my comment here. I'd have to search through it. I have to search through the whole thing, but I did post this, and she had laughed. Yeah, it was this one against my rights, my own government, and I got a laugh about it. This was about my own government attempting murdering me. This is not funny. This is not funny because it's not actually lawful. Anybody who would laugh about this is the seed of the devil, because they're lying and saying that I deserve it. That's the only way that a living being would ever laugh about someone laughing about someone being a murderer, and well, at least the. So I mean, that's all I got to say about that with Rachel Lawing. So then there's I did get a like. I got a like, so someone liked my comment. Pieter Jan de Koster likes my on Facebook. Someone liking my comment that my own government attempted to murder me. Crazy. It's not actually something I would want to be liked, because murder is a crime. Because murder is a crime, and then there was I got some comments here. I got a couple comments here on the United States of America attempted murdering me. This is my podcast comment. I posted on Senator Marsha Blackburn's post, the Tennessee senator who elected Donald Trump. Well, at least one of them. And I got a comment here. I will pray for you. God gives peace to your mind, your heart, and emotions. He will, Julie Clan. This is not helping me at all. Someone. The scripture specifically says, "Do not pray in public. Do not go around telling people that you pray that someone prays in public." And she's listed this. Julie Clan listed Proverbs, Psalms, the Gospel, all this stuff. This is not a Christian. So I responded, Julie Kwan, 1 Corinthians 14:34, and David Satterfield responded, Luke 14:23, and it's obvious that they don't care. So going to the next part, I got a comment from Palacio Usti about this, and there was one before I talk about that. There was one user named William Lowe. He had stated he had stated the same thing that Palacio Usti was saying, that not that I should ask that quote Iranian ask quote that Iranian general unquote, but that I should definitely be okay with him telling me, with William Lowe telling me that I would be dead because Hillary Clinton had forged her court testimony in the United States, and that sort of stuff. I got a screenshot of it. I can find it. I can find it in case I can find it and upload a comment of it later on social media. And so I responded perjurer, and because he deleted his comment, his comment is no longer here on Facebook. It's so I had also gotten a response from Palacio Usti. Said if they wanted you dead, you would be dead. Asked that Iranian general. He got 2 likes. He was calling me a perjurer. These people were calling me a perjurer. They were calling me an identity fraud. And I told him I do not expect much law fulfilled with him. To Palacio Usti, that is. And then he responded, so you think if the American government truly wanted you dead, you'd still let her be alive? No offense, but lowercase I, apostrophe v, never heard of you. Your death wouldn't even make the news. No punctuation. And so this is a person who has told me that I don't know what I'm talking about. That one I don't actually deserve to do anything that exposes the evil of the United States, and that I'm not important enough to do it against me or anybody. And then also that my death would not even make the news, and that he was saying that that was previously willed. He was saying that was previously willed. So so I said the show was about to begin. Palacio Usti, the show was about to begin. He did not respond after that, and so I had gone to the social media. I had been posting to social media, the Twitter, Twitter and Facebook mostly, and I had been getting harassed by one woman, claiming that she had told me that she had told the BTN PD that I had committed domestic violence against her, and at least that was according to the Brentwood, Tennessee PD Police Department report. The sergeant who came here, first of all I didn't. And secondly, I was also told that it was okay for the Brentwood, Tennessee police sergeant to say in a room in my residence here that it was okay for him to lie without any sort of punishment whatsoever. There's been no penalty, no punishment against any police officer for this duty whatsoever. Not on my behalf, none whatsoever, not on my behalf. And so I had or not for me, and not with me. The Brentwood, Tennessee police sergeant said when he came here, there were a bunch of people. There were a bunch of police officers who were here, and they had a bunch of persons who had been here, a bunch of persons, and they had said they had come in here. They were armed. They were police officers and Brentwood, Tennessee Police Department officers, and the sergeant said that he was the only one here. In my co-residence room, I looked south of my position when I was inside my residence. One of the police officers was hiding in the dark, leaned over with a submachine gun. That's a gun. So that was what they did. I'm totally against guns. I'm not a gun advocate. Not a gun advocate whatsoever. I never knew never knew any gun advocacy that helped me. And so I'm I was told here by this this woman. She had been harassing me again after I had been released from the legal detainment. That she said, take medication, take antipsychotic medication, and then she sent me messages, and I had specifically said that she's a sorceress. I said that she was a sorceress. She's a Vanderbilt University Medical Center data analyst. She's a Bachelor of Science psychologist from Middle Tennessee. Her alma mater is Middle Tennessee State University and Lipscomb University. Check the menu. Check the menu and see what they eat. Check the menu, and that's all I gotta say about this. That just check the menu, and she goes around saying that she's Christian, and that she is actually that I'm not Christian. She actually tells me that I'm not Christian, and that I need to take antipsychotic medication because I've not done what I need to do in any part of my life to get any labor. She specifically told me that over the years, that I've caused grievous harm to the household, that is to her family, and that I don't have a family, and that she is my family too. She's specifically done spells, verbal incantation spells. She is the daughter of Queen Joyce of the Connaught, and her tribe is related to the Cushites. At least one Cushite, and maybe I told her, she had said, "Hope you were well, brother. Have a blessed day." She had been telling me that I need to get out of here, that I need to leave without any notice, and regularly telling me to rest and sleep, respect everyone's time and space. Sleep. She's usually telling me to sleep. Get a bunch of sleep. I don't really like being told to sleep. Over and over again. I'm also told to stop being addicted and adhere to my quote my treatment plan. Unquote. I don't have a treatment plan. I'm not. The Brentwood, Tennessee, the BTNPD had told me on camera that Rolling Hills in Franklin, Tennessee, had a court order that I am court ordered to be medicated since July 2018 with antipsychotic medication. I am not, and that was in January of 2020, the last month, and I'm not whatsoever. I specifically told the that officer that was a lie, and the landlord, she had said the same thing, and so I said cease and desist. I don't want her talking to me, and so I said cease and desist, and I told her that she's I mean, maybe two Cushites married Moses, and he was recorded in the scriptures as the Lord God, recorded in the of Israel. That's that's part of three Abramite religions. That was in the scriptures in the Torah. Jehovah told Moses to tell Israel, the nation Israel, this all 12 tribes, and and so I had responded. I'd been very upset. I told her I'd been very angry. I told her she's 39 years old. She is 39 years old. She has not conceived a single child, and she's embarrassed me publicly, and she specifically attempted to help me get what she wants in me, and I don't want any help from her. I've repeatedly told her I don't want her help. because it would be damning. I don't want her help. She's going to help. And she responded, sounds like you've had a rough day. She actually has refused conception. Uh, that is, she's refused to have kids. And I told her I disown her because she's told me that I'm dangerously mentally ill. She's told me that I'm dangerously mentally ill, and she's also supported homosexual marriage. She's also hinted at me being homosexual repeatedly because she has not helped me get a healthy job or anything. Not helped me get a healthy job. Not helped me find not helped me get married. She's been a bully, a real rough bully over the years. No, not a real rough bully, a bully, a terrible, an unbelievable bully, an unbelievable bully. So she'd done that over and over again, and they had supported her, and she has turned to smoking. She smokes. She smokes cigarettes. She drinks alcohol. She's an alcoholic, and she said that what her refusal to do conception is responsible planning. At 39, the human body, a woman actually goes to maturation, and it gets increasingly more difficult for a human being, for a woman to conceive a child, because she's aging past her most fertile part of her life. The United States has laws on prohibiting premarital sex and all that. I'm not in all that. I'm 30 years old, and I've been treated like this, and she told me that I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't know how to lead myself. I don't know how to support myself. I've been told that I don't have the mental capacity to stop crime or even report crime. And then she did this. She did a false charge. She perjured against me. So that had happened, and I told her it's not responsible. It's not responsible planning, because it's not. And I told her she is not my sister. She is identity fraud. I told her she dared to stand on the ground she never earned, and she responded that I'm not authorized to share her photos or slander her on social media. I had responded. I had talked about this. I had talked about this on the I mean, I had talked about this on the primary reason. The primary reason that she had said this was because I believe that. Well, no, I'll first of all say, first of all get the comment that I had. So I had a comment here. I was told that I had posted against the community standards on harassment and bullying in Interview, and that was because I had posted on my my comment this post against this false charge, this perjury. And so I posted this in in response to a picture that she shared, that LSAM Colia had shared. It was dare to be, and she was saying all this, dare to be. She was not saying this to me. She was saying this to people on social media people on social media who have people on social media who have done support for her page, for her Facebook page, her social media efforts, and so I don't actually agree that this is acceptable. Um, Facebook told me that I had had I reported this, and I had been told that I was bullying someone. They attempted murdering me. They tortured me. They used guns. She's living with a United States Army retired veteran right now. Not right now, but wrong now. Because she supports guns too. She supports guns too, so she uses guns in her relationships. I'll also add that I had I had I wanted to also add that I had posted to the I had also mentioned that I talked about this to I had tweeted to social media to Donald Trump, President of the United States, the United Nations, the CIA, the FBI, FEMA, the DHS, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Williamson County Sheriff, the Brentwood, Tennessee Police Department. I told them, "You're all going to hell." I told them specifically. I said, "They're all going to hell," and I had mentioned this here. I linked to my podcast. Nobody's responded. I haven't gotten a single response. Not a one. I posted the same thing about my well, I posted my the same event stuff with my uh, my blog against all of these individuals who had not responded, and then said, "You're all going to hell." Real Donald Trump, UN, CIA, FBI, FEMA, DHS Gov, TBE investigation, WSO, Sheriff, BTN, PED, and I had mentioned I had also sent my my tweet about this my podcast tweet to the podcast share to the Inspector General of the United Nations and the President of the United States. Again, POTUS. No response. No response. And I've been tortured. They aren't doing anything about it. It's I mentioned my blog too. I tweeted I shared my blog article to the IC to the Inspector General of the United Nations and the President of the United States, and they had not responded. I had I had also I had also tweeted a comment, and 12 hours ago my Twitter account was hacked. I posted this comment here from 12 hours ago. I sent it to the President of the United States, and this was the tweet, and I had sent this original comment here, and it has been deleted. I did not delete this. Someone else deleted it, and I don't know. I posted it, and I attempted to check it, and it was deleted. So someone had hacked my account, and so that's going on. So, I had sent this message to POTUS, and I had mentioned the Sanford Police, Sanford, Florida Police had unreasonably before then. I had mentioned between 2011 and 2012, inclusive, the Sanford, Florida Police had unreasonably searched and seized me. That's violating the fourth I believe it's the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. Then December 2017, the Richmond Police did the same. The BT on December the 24th, 2017, the BTN PD did the same. To May 2018, the Williamson County sheriff did the same. These were murder attempts. I had mentioned I had retweeted to the President of the United States that I was a university and college student. These police officers broke Article 4. They did not have a scientific basis, but they had an APA personnel diagnose and medicate me. I was diagnosed mentally ill, medicated ill, and tortured, and they attempted murdering me. And I have not gotten a single response this whole time. I'm now I'm a Regent University Bachelor of Science in Computer Science graduate. I'm a formally credentialed computer scientist. I'm a Christian by training, and I've gone through churches. Gone through churches in the United States. I've lived in the United States my whole life as a resident, and I'm a native-born citizen here, and so this is going on. This is obviously Beelzebul, who is attacking, and the seed of Beelzebul. All of these so-called police officers, so-called law enforcement, and it's and President Donald John Trump is claimed by Americans as Christians. He's his wife is a shrine prostitute of the Catholic absolute monarch. She did pornography. That's prostitution. The sex acts for money. The paid sex acts for money. Well, the paid sex acts for money. Well, actually, prostitution as defined by prostitution as defined by Google Oxford Learner's Dictionary. Well, that's considered paid sex acts for money. And then pornography is there's the Miller test. The Miller test is defined as the Miller test is has multiple criteria, including paid sex acts paid for that, and so that I'll say she did the pornography. It was it in Scripture. It states that anyone who looks at a woman has already who looks any man who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery against her. Well, I'm pretty sure those women that many men have been looking at Melania Trump's pornography lustfully. So that's for money and doing pornography. That's my understanding of that lustful look at that woman, and particularly because she actually appears to be doing prostitution she has the look of a woman who is engaging in sexual intercourse. It's not a good thing to be around. So the particular form of prostitution is actually that Melania Trump had done is actually it's actually voyeurism. It's here on the from the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. It's a It's it's actually a a sin in my religion. In the Deuteronomy 23:17. So that's Donald John Trump's wife, and they call this man a Christian, and he has not responded to my tweets. Nothing whatsoever. It's actually that he's actually an identity fraud. So um, you know, yeah, I had I don't actually like this this situation that I'm in whatsoever. So I'll keep working, but I doubt that I doubt that I'll actually get any sort of response from these criminals. And until later, I actually don't feel safe here. I do not feel safe here whatsoever. I don't feel that any justice will be served here. I don't feel that. I don't believe that. I don't sense that any justice shall be served here whatsoever. So I'm gonna keep doing my work. I wanted to report this. I'm gonna keep doing my work. I'm a University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign computer scientist. I'm a master of computer science candidate. Scripture says, "Do not call that Christians are not to call any person master or instructor, because there already is one master, and that is the master, Jesus Christ." Um, so um, so I believe in in uh, in Abba. I believe in Jesus Christ, but um, the whole master computer science thing. I don't really want to be called a master computer scientist, but I'll do my major. I am going to continue my program. I'm going to complete my program. I should be able to get it done by at the latest spring of 2021, and then earn my degree and continue adding to the field. The main thing I'm going to be doing is adding to my field and people can call me master if they want to, but that doesn't mean that that's what the scripture is requires. It's not in the Bible is actually specific. The law fulfilled specifically states don't call anyone master or instructor. So that's not what I'm going to do. But learn from the I'll study the work at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. I'll add to my field. I'll complete my subjects. I am a computer scientist. I can do my work, and I shall do my work, um, and keep working through this crazy situation. Due to the the shrine prostitution um, of his of Donald John Trump, President Donald John Trump's wife, and his supporting it, Donald John Trump supporting it. Well, um, that is Catholicism it's Christianity with a lot of paganism, a lot of paganism. Well, it actually is against a lot of paganism. No, it's paganism against a lot of Christianity. I don't actually believe that Catholicism is Christianity, but it's actually considered by governments a form of Christianity. In census polls, it's in census, in official government censuses, it's considered Catholicism is considered Christianity. Donald John Trump is considered a Christian according to the census, according to the government records. Well, no, he's not. Well, I'll say he's. It's written that he is. It is written in the official government doctrine that Trump, President Donald John Trump is a Christian, and and that his wife Melania Trump is a Catholic. So I'll be working through this craziness. They're going to hell. They are going to hell. Donald John Trump is going to hell. President Donald John Trump, that is going to hell. President Donald John Trump Sr., he is going to hell. For the First Lady, Melania Trump, she is going to hell. The First Lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump, she is going to hell. That's shrine prostitution. Deuteronomy 23:17 is actual. It's the law that 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 was required to be followed. It caused breaking the law. It causes all the problems, and it causes pornography to grow, to spread um, throughout the world. It is it's no good.